Welcome. I'm actually doing a bit of a different video today as it's Switch 2 launch day, and as you can see, got a big old box from Nintendo, which is really exciting. Kind of went all out with this one because I really wanted to make sure I got covered as much as I can. You know, not often you get a new console, right? So you might as well blow out. So I'm going to do a quick unboxing and then some first thoughts on the console itself. Let's have a look in here. As you see, a lot of stuff. Let's move this to the side. First and foremost, I've obviously got the main console, which is the most important part. Mario Kart, obviously, because I don't want to pay £75 for it, which is understandable. I have already had my partner's one today and had that out and set up, which is really cool. But we'll have a look at that in a second. Went for all the important stuff. So, GameCube controller. Never owned a GameCube. Obviously, it's coming to NSO now, and you'll have a whole bunch of games on there, which I'm looking forward to. People obviously really hype about it. The games are super expensive. So I thought, might as well take a punt on this, give it a whirl, see what it's like. It looks good. Obviously, the sort of unknown one is the camera, in the sense of how much this will be used and how good it will be. It's actually quite small. I'm quite surprised at its stature. But hopefully, we'll see in Mario Kart. I've seen the footage recently with the carts going around. You've got your face over it as you're going crazy, so that should be fun. So that should be quite good. What else? Oh, obviously, Pro Controller. I don't play on the TV that much, if I'm honest. But when we're doing Mario Party, obviously Mario Kart, and I picked up Split Fiction as well, actually. So this will be really good. I do quite like the Pro Controllers, especially the newer ones when they've done their fixes on the stuff. The D-pad is the only thing I really wish the Switch had for the Joy-Con was a D-pad, because I do a lot of 2D games, platforming. However, that's I can play it there, and it's nice grey. I like it. What else? Memory card, obviously. I think Split Fiction's like 80 gigabytes, so that's a must. So I need to get that installed. Carrying case, right way around, and put it in the middle, maybe. Yeah, this is a must. I mean, I'm traveling next week, so it'll be good to make sure I don't smash up the console, especially if it's a brand new one. Additional charger, because I want one by my bed. And pick up a couple of games. Cyberpunk, which obviously has it all on the cart, which is very exciting. My history was this. I played this on the Steam Deck year before last. Didn't enjoy it that much, got the bad ending, didn't do the DLC, so I'm hopefully going to replay it this weekend, kind of go all in and get a bit more out of it. We'll see. I mean, it's looking really good on the previews and stuff, so we'll give it a whirl. And then Yakuza. So I played Kiwami a couple of months ago and really enjoyed it. So I kind of had to pick up Zero because that's where everyone says to start with Yakuza Zeros. However, it being a Game Geek card, it sucks. My reasonings for buying it will be it's actually cheaper than buying the digital version, and I can lend it to friends. It's kind of convenient still. Don't feel great about it. I don't actually like the cases either. I mean, this is obviously horrible, and then the red doesn't match the plastic very well, but hey, the wraparound's nice though. Well, it is for Yakuza. Cyberpunk's just yellow, but fair enough. And yeah, I am now gonna go and unbox the console. Right, got the actual console itself. I love the packaging, so small actually. It's really impressive that they managed to get it down to this size. This weirdly comes in a separate box, but that's fair enough. Out. There we go, can't wait. Obviously there's been quite a lot of leaks, so we've seen the angular Joy-Cons and the console itself, the tablet, which amazingly is actually quite light, which I really like actually. I found the original Steam Deck a bit uncomfortable with its weight after a while, so I was hoping this would stay in a sort of reasonable realm of when you're holding it for quite a long time, although saying that, the battery isn't that great, so we'll see. Right. The key moment. Oh, yeah, that is satisfying. Big fan of that. Right. Yeah, you can't argue with that. That is so cool. Feels really nice, good weight, solid. Oh, that's my big problem with the old ones. They're so crunchy and clunky, and you hear that. I mean, it's just I mean, it's just falling off, you know? It's so annoying. This is obviously much bigger as well, which is a big deal. Yeah, big fan. Right. I am going to go and mess around with this now and get it updated. Back shortly. So, a couple of hours after I finally received it, and early impressions are, this is really good. I really like the form factor. It's as thin as it was previously. It's obviously a bigger screen. Even with the LCD, it looks really sharp. It just feels so good. I mean, like you can try and pull it apart. There's nothing, you know. This comes off very easily. I haven't tried the mouse mode or anything yet. I'll do that later. The installation was relatively smooth. It just asks for both this and the Switch 1 to be plugged in, which is a bit annoying, but whatever, it needs to be done. And then it's gone in, and then obviously once everything's updated and gone through, it's looking very cool. A little bit annoying, although for me anyway, is that it's decided to install everything I had on the Switch 1, which, considering I have a 1 terabyte SD card in there, it's not going to fit everything on here, so that's going to have to be something I resolve later, considering there's just how many games I've got to go through. So that's a bit annoying. I do like the tiles being rounded off. They look really cool. I think they're about the same size as before. Actually, one of my favorite things so far has been the background music and new sounds. It kind of gives it a bit more personality. There's one thing I was kind of concerned about with the going through into the Xbox and Series X and the PS5. It felt pretty same, particularly the Xbox. They had the same UI and feel. The controller was very similar. I was a little bit worried about that. I get it. Like, keep it similar. What? Don't break. Don't use something different if it already works. Don't break it, basically, which I get. And they've kind of made some subtle changes here, which is nice. Yeah, it just feels comfortable. And that's what you want from one of these things. As you can see, still downloading a ton of stuff. One additional feature which I was surprised by, because it didn't work when I transferred Switch 1 to Switch 1, was it carried my groups over, which makes me very happy, because this is how I organise my games, plan out what I've done and everything else. I'm pretty sure no one really uses this, but guess what? I do, and I really like it. So that's cool. So I'm very happy about that. Haven't really had a chance to do anything else. I've got Welcome Tour. A bit annoying to pay for a tech demo, but hey, get it now, because if not, whenever you're going to play it in the future, you won't really care. So I'll give that a whirl. Yeah, just really, really nice. I love that you can charge on the top of the console. That's really cool. The stand's small, which is nice, and it feels quite solid, which is useful. I don't even, because like even mouse play, it's going to be going around and doing stuff. Oh wow, okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's not bad actually. One of my hopes really is for real-time strategy games to come back in a big way, and maybe we get like StarCraft 2 and Age of Empires and stuff. I think that'd be quite good fun, although how often I'll be sat at a table, I don't know. Anyway, I think that just about wraps it up. I know it was short and sweet. I haven't really had a chance. I'm going to spend most of the evening on Mario Kart World, and then I'm going to hopefully get some Split Fiction to go later. We'll probably make a couple more videos along these lines. I know it's a bit random and different from what I usually do. Just wanted to share some thoughts. You know, it's not often you have a brand new console. Still doing the weekly videos on Switch 1. I'll do a specific one on backwards compatibility with a few of the games that might not get talked about. I know that Nintendo's added more recently for sort of Super Mario Wonder and stuff, but I'm sure I can find some random indies that are going to be quite cool on that. And then, yeah, report back on some of the peripherals and other games, which would be quite cool. Anyway, thanks very much for joining. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got your own Switch and have a wonderful time with it this coming weekend. And I will talk to you soon. Goodbye.